Alright guys, I've got my music on again, so yeah, it's always good to start with some bangers here. Just shout out to my man Stupandi, he's made this track, so if you want to find it, it's always in the link in the description. So yeah, it's always cool to put some of his music on before we start streaming. So yeah, let me see if I can get my face on the stream. Oh, hello guys, how are we doing? Alright, let me switch off the music now. Yeah, we are here on Euros quarterfinal day. So we've got England playing, we've got Denmark playing. Hopefully we get to see Sancho finally get some minutes. And yeah, I'm really excited for the game. I put on my Messi jersey for the day because obviously he's also playing, but like at 2 o'clock at night for me. So yeah, it's going to be super hard for me to watch that game. But I'll do my best, see how it goes, how I feel later in the day. But yeah, let's bring on some guests and we'll get the stream going. So yeah, put a W in the chat if you're active now, and yeah, let's get it going. Let's see if I can bring on some guests if my stream don't froze again. Oh, here we are. We've got Stan and JB. Say hello to the stream, guys.
Hello. Hey guys, how are you?
Cool. Well, welcome to the stream. I'm really happy for you guys to be on. It's going to be interesting to chat a little bit about the Euros. I think Copa America, we'll talk about that as well. And yeah, Barcelona, I've got a couple questions about Barcelona as well. So yeah, let's get things started. Let's do some introductions first. So Stan, introduce yourself a little bit, and then talk me through your best international memory that you've got of football.
Well, I'm Stan, 18 years old. I live in the Netherlands. You would mostly know me from my Twitter account where I post Lionel Messi content. I've been on Twitter since 2017, and I just got back after a 1 year break in late March this year. And what my favorite memory of international football is, yeah, you're gonna like this one, Marcel. 5-1 Spain, 2014.
Yeah, that was
I still
incredible.
remember it like it was yesterday. Insane match.
Yeah, yeah. Robin was on a mad one that game, scoring.
Yeah, that run.
Yeah, and outpacing Ramos. That was incredible from like 2 meters behind. That was
Yeah,
amazing goal. That was. I remember it very well too. Because obviously, as a Dutchie, that's one of those games that stays with you. And the Flying Dutchman goal. Yeah, it was incredible.
exactly.
Right, so JB, introduce yourself a little bit, or and what's your favorite international memory?
Okay, so my name is Jordan. I go by JB. You guys have known me to be, mostly posting Messi content. And I would have to say that my favorite memory of international football was whenever I went and saw Messi play live against Mexico. It was in 2015. Yeah, he scored a chest volley goal in like the 88th minute to tie the game. But I mean, another nomination that I would have to say would definitely be the Landon Donovan goal, as I'm American.
American, of
against
course.
Algeria. Yeah.
I think I know that goal. Donovan is like one of those. He's an American legend, right, for football or soccer, how you would call
Absolutely.
it, right?
Yeah, he's definitely a top three in American history, I would say.
So who's the other one? Is it Dempsey? Is probably one of them as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Dempsey, 100%.
I know them guys very well. And Donovan used to be a legend on FIFA as well. I think for like one FIFA or something. So, all right, cool. Well,
yeah, he's good.
Cool. Let's get into it a little bit. Let me get the questions up. So, obviously, we're nearly at the semi-finals stage of the Euros, guys. So, who's gonna win it, and who do you and why? Stan, who do you think is gonna win the tournament, my man?
Well, we were talking about surprises at the Euros before the stream, but I don't think there's going to be a big surprise after the semis. I really do hope Italy's going to win. They're a well-organized team, managers excellent, and they've really surprised me so far. I didn't really have many expectations for them. But I really do hope Italy is going to win, and I also think they are going to win. I mean, England have a lot of talent, but Southgate and his lineups are very debatable. And like I said, Italy are a well-organized team, so I think they're going to win the Euros.
Yeah, Italy is a good shout, man. And they've got a lot of good attacking talent, except for maybe Immobile or something, 'cause he's been not so great this tournament. But what is your thoughts on that, Jordan? Who do you see winning the Euros, my man?
Yeah, so I also have Italy as the favorites, especially with the way they've been playing. They're constantly pressing for the ball. And once they do have the ball, they're attacking with numbers. They're finding players in spaces, creating opportunities. That performance yesterday against Belgium was exceptional.
Yeah.
That's the kind of performance you'd like to see from a team, that are the favorites. And after beating Belgium, I don't see anybody beating them.
No, that second goal from Insigne was incredible, man. The curler. I love those kind of goals when people tee up at the top of the box and just curl it in the corner. Those are very pleasing goals to watch, I always find. All right, well, both of you are going in for Italy, but I've got some people in the chat saying it's coming home. Do we think it's coming home, guys?
I don't think it's coming home, no.
I think they can make the final, but we'll see.
Yeah, they definitely will make the final. I mean, they have a very easy path to the final, but like I said, Italy is better team, better organized, manager also better, so I don't think it's coming home.
It's quite funny, but yeah, England's got the easier route to the final now. They, I think they're gonna likely play what's it called, Denmark, based on paper. So yeah, let's see Let's
Yeah,
see.
we bottled it, Netherlands.
Yeah.
2-0.
Oh man, don't remind me, man. That was such a bad game. Like,
Disgraceful game.
man.
I was after the group stages. Not gonna lie, I was getting a little bit more hopeful because I wasn't expecting anything from this tournament because of Frank de Boer. But then we kind of went undefeated in the group game. So yeah, I was like, oh, we could do something in the tournament. But then, nah, we went back to our
All went downhill.
yeah, went down all downhill from there. All right, well. Let's see. So let's talk a little bit more about the tournament then. So who are the players that you kind of enjoyed watching this international summer? I mean, it can be for the Euros or from Copa America, but yeah, what are some of the players that impressed you the most so far at the international tournaments? Stan, start. You can go for it.
Well, quite obviously, Lionel Messi, of course. He's been performing for Argentina lately. But if we're gonna talk Euros, I really enjoyed Frank de Jong,
Yeah.
especially in the group stages as well. He's one of the players that actually performed at his quality of level instead of some other players. And I really, we were talking about Italy. Verratti is one player that has been quite outstanding this year. I think he's pretty underrated, especially because he plays at Paris Saint-Germain. If he will play at a club like Barcelona, Real Madrid, I think he might be in a debate for top 5, at least top 5 midfielders in the world.
Is it you're talking about what's his name?
Verratti.
Yeah, Verratti. What a player, man.
Yeah.
Cool. I like those picks. So you enjoy watching midfielders mostly in the tournament so far? Is it?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. And what about Jordan? What sort of players did you enjoy watching this summer so far?
Yeah, so the players that I've enjoyed watching the most this summer, obviously in the Copa it would have to be Messi, but for the Euros, the players that I've been, really intrigued and I've enjoyed watching the most are Pedri and Pogba, man. Like they're on a different level. I know Pogba went out early, but his performances were exceptional, man. He showed his class. Unfortunately, at Manchester United, it's a little bit harder for him considering, he plays alongside like Fred.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was exceptional, man. Like I enjoyed watching Pogba play every game that I got to catch. So he's definitely my favorite from the Euros.
Yeah, for France, he seems to be able to hit a different level than he can for Man United. But that might be because he's sharing a midfield with Kante, who does all the dirty work for him. So it might be that he gets to play a little bit more free role in the French national team.
Absolutely, and he's shown his class in doing so. It's been very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, Jordan is right. He might actually be player of the tournament if he went to the final, at least in the debate.
Yeah. True, I agree with that with you guys. But yeah, now France got knocked out of the tournament by Switzerland, so by Mbappe bottling his penalty. So yeah, that was quite interesting. That guy is he got a little bit too cocky for my liking. So yeah, it's hard to feel sorry for him, to be honest with you. But
yeah, right there with you.
All right, cool. So. What's been the biggest disappointment of the tournament? It could either be a team, player. What were some of the disappointing things of the tournament so far, Stan?
Well, Turkey as a dark horse. They only scored once this whole Euro. Everyone was thought it was going to perform at the Euros, get past group stage or something. They really let the country and other people's down.
Yeah.
France, the Netherlands as well. I mean, we got kicked out of the round of 16, and that's not really a big achievement in my liking. France, World Cup champions, also kicked out at the round of 16. So that could be 3 quite big potential of biggest disappointments this tournament so far.
Very true, man. I would definitely agree with those. And Jordan, what was for you very disappointing to watch this tournament?
Honestly, I mean, the biggest disappointment, it has to be France. nobody saw them going out, the way that they did and how early they went out. But I mean, yeah, I would definitely have to say, France. It was very disappointing considering, the amount of talent that they have on that squad. I mean, I saw them at least go into the semis, like the very least. So I would say that's the most disappointing team.
Yeah, no, I would totally agree. And with France, they could line up their second team, and it will still be better than most teams in the tournament. So
Exactly.
it's quite embarrassing that they went out. In my opinion, they should get a new coach to get a fresh style of play, because who plays a deep block with counter-attacking football with those kind of players? I just don't I don't get it, man.
Exactly.
With those players, you could play total football, in my opinion. So yeah, it's super weird to me that they play like they are some kind of low-tier country that has to defend for their lives. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually. It's not like you watch France for the entertainment.
No,
It's because they have so many. Yeah, it's actually true. They have so many good players like Pogba. You enjoy individual players, not like they play as a team or a attacking threat or something.
no, it's true. They've got so many world-class players, and then you play like that. It's super disappointing. And what about your thoughts on Portugal, guys? What are we thinking? Jordan, what was your expectation of Portugal before the tournament, and how did they go?
So my expectations of Portugal, they do have a good squad. Unfortunately, they did play in a relatively tough group, and then unfortunately having to go against Belgium in the first round.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't even say. I mean, it's somewhat of a disappointment considering the level of talent that they have. But then again, I mean, they did have a pretty tough road. Even if they did beat Belgium, they were going to have to play Italy and then so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, I would say that it was a disappointing tournament from them, considering all things. I mean, they got Cristiano, they got Bernardo Silva, they've got all these world class talents and whatnot, and I don't know, they just couldn't piece it together this tournament.
true. Anything you want to add to that, Stan?
I agree with Jordan. Mostly. I mean, if you look at the path and their group, like Jordan said, they're a pretty good team. They have some good talents. Obviously, Ronaldo, still one of the biggest players in the world.
Yeah.
But Germany, they got second. That's they were on the. For me, they were on the same level as Germany this tournament. I mean, Germany had some good players as well. I mean, second in that group isn't a disappointment in my opinion. But if you got Belgium the next round, quite hard to beat them if you look at the players they have as well. So I wouldn't say Portugal was a disappointment, but nor a surprise.
True. Well, it's all over now. We are going into another evening of It's Coming Home on the timeline. So yeah, let's all prepare for that. I mean, I've put here a question in regards to England. I mean, we briefly touched on it already, but is Southgate going to finally play some of the more exciting players like Grealish and Sancho tonight? What are we thinking, Stan? Do we see finally a nice playing England, or is it going to be again a disappointing game? What are we thinking?
I don't really have my hopes that high. I mean, I think they're definitely going to win. I mean, it's Ukraine. You should win, but I don't think. Like I said, I don't really have my hopes that high. Maybe it's going to be better than before, but I don't really expect them to turn around their tactics like they had before and go all in and win like 4 or 5-0 or something.
It's true. I don't see that happening either. But what are your thoughts on England, Jordan? Apart from what we've already said.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see. I like to see Grealish play a little bit more. Whenever he is in the game, uh, he does provide that spark.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, I think England have a really good chance at making the final. As far as winning it, we'll see what happens. They will, if they do go to the final, they'll potentially meet Italy there. So, with Southgate being the manager, you never know what selection he's gonna make. So, we'll see what happens. But I do see them making it to the final though.
Yeah, same. I mean, I work in the Wembley area, so for us, it's a big benefit if England gets through to the final because it's very good for the area. But as I say, it's really hard to call it in this tournament because we've seen some big upsets already with smaller teams beating bigger teams. By the way, Jordan, Ethan is asking for a shout out in the chat.
Even just shout out now.
And we've got Mio in the chat. Felipe, Sheba is in the chat. Oh, Sheba is also here. Say hello, guys.
She's going to be so mad on how you pronounce her name already.
Oh, really?
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. How am I supposed to pronounce it, guys?
I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, no. Okay, I'll wait and see how that goes after.
It's probably T-Bum.
Cool. Well, let's carry on with the next question. So let's switch a little bit about the Copa America so far. Do we think Argentina can win it, guys, and or who's going to win the Copa America? Has it been a good tournament, Stan? What are your thoughts on the Copa America so far?
I think Argentina will definitely reach the final. I mean, their squad has definitely improved. If you look at 2020, 2019, etc. But I do still think Brazil have a better squad. If Brazil and Argentina meet each other in the final, Argentina should just play the game of the tournament to have at least a chance to win. So I still have my contender or favorite from winning Copa America as Brazil.
Right.
But I also think Argentina have a slight chance of winning. I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes further.
It's going to be interesting to watch to see who's going to win the tournament in the end. What are your thoughts on the Copa America so far, Jordan?
So the Copa so far, it's been an enjoyable tournament. Watching all of Argentina's games, seeing good talents. But these next few games will be very tense. Knowing that if Argentina do win today or tonight, tomorrow for you guys, but if they do win, then we will have to play one of either Colombia / Uruguay on the road to the final. So we'll see what happens. I do feel confident considering the amount of talent that's come into the squad. Scaloni is rotating, trying to figure out what starting 11 works best. But I mean, Lisandro Martinez, he has to be starting, man. Like,
I agree, man.
I can't see Otamendi playing anymore, man. It's just it's hard to watch.
No, I totally agree, man. Because he had such a good season for Ajax, and he's such a good, confident player on the ball. He can pass it out from the back really well, dribble even into midfield and stuff. So, yeah, I think he's just so much better than Otamendi is. But I think Otamendi was getting so much game time because of his quote-unquote experience. So, yeah, it's quite a relief to see Lisandro get some minutes now. So, yeah. All right. Well,
absolutely.
I would also say on paper Brazil is still the favorite, but it's football, guys. The ball is round, as we say in the Netherlands. It can happen.
Great quote.
So it's a quote from Cruyff actually. The ball is rond, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, you never know where it's gonna go. So we'll see what happens. All right. Do we think Messi is the favorite to win the Ballon d'Or now, guys? What is your thoughts on the Ballon d'Or race, Stan?
Really depends on if he continues his form in the knockout stages at the Copa America like he has now in the group stages, and if he wins it or not. I mean, Lewandowski, insane player, especially last year as well. He's broken quite some records at this point. So, I mean, his personal record isn't that great. So, not many people have him as a contender. At least what I see on Twitter, not many people shout his name as a future Ballon d'Or contender. And we have that with Messi as well, as we have quite a big fan base. So, I would put Lewandowski and Messi as the two biggest contenders at the Ballon d'Or so far.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with that. What's your thoughts, Jordan, on the Ballon d'Or race?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm in agreement with Stan. We'll see how it plays out. But as of right now, I've been seeing that Messi is the favorite, according to Paddy Power.
Is that he's now a favorite according to them? Yeah.
Yeah, the odds he's at top.
Awesome. That's
good. I think it's 9-4 odds. But yeah, I mean, a strong end to this Copa should elevate those chances as well. As Messi and Argentina fans, we'll all just hope for the best. But I think even if he has a strong showing and doesn't necessarily win it, he'll still be in a good position to win the Ballon d'Or.
I totally agree, man. I think even if they reach the final, so if Argentina reaches the final and he'll get some kind of best player of the tournament, and if they don't win it, he should still be in a good position, in my opinion. Just because some of the other contenders, they also didn't reach final or win any international trophy. So he could probably even still do it if he doesn't win the Copa necessarily. But we all obviously want him to win the Copa America. I think even in the chat, guys, put in the chat if you want Messi to win the Ballon d'Or. Let me see if I can get some responses in the chat whilst I read what is my next question that I prepared. Yeah. So obviously Messi is now jobless, which is a bit of a Twitter pun. So where do you think? When do you think his contract is going to get announced? And will it be one of those contracts that everybody is going to talk about, like it's ridiculous and stuff like that? So what are your thoughts on his new contract situation? Let me start with Jordan on this one.
Okay. I was hoping, and there was rumors that it was supposed to be announced last week. But I've been seeing that they're trying to sort out the financial fair play aspects of the contract.
Yeah.
So that's probably why the announcement has been delayed. But I don't think it's going to be too lucrative of a contract to where people will talk about it in a negative sense. I think he'll get that stipulation in his contract where he can go to Miami in a few years, maybe even 2 to 3 years. So, we'll see what happens. But I did think that it was going to be announced last week. So just kind of playing it by ear right now, looking at the reports and, just hoping that, he finds the best situation for himself, whether that's here or somewhere else. So
yeah, it's
just praying for the best.
Yeah, I don't know what to think now when it's going to get announced, but what are your thoughts, Stan, on the Messi situation right now?
I mean, it's just a matter of time. We all know he's going to renew his contract at Barcelona. I think it's probably going to happen after Copa America. Would be quite logical as well. Heard he's also taking a pay cut at his new contract. So, like JB said, I don't think it's going to be a big news that he's going to renew his contract. I mean, it's been speculating for quite some time now that he's going to renew. So I don't think it's going to be big news.
No, I would agree with that. A lot of people in the chat are asking, Stan, what's your thoughts on Memphis, my man?
On Memphis, yeah. I've actually been a fan since he played at PSV. That's quite funny.
Oh wow!
But I really wanted him to succeed at United because I used to watch him quite regularly there, but it didn't really happen. I mean, he's hit or miss player. He either has an insane game where he gets like 2 goals and assists, or he doesn't really perform.
Yeah.
I think it's going. Yeah, I don't know how he's going to fit in this Barcelona team, but I think he's really going to need to fight for his place, and then we'll see what happens.
No, it's true. Yeah, so Hamid is saying, is Stan Dutch? Yes, he's Dutch.
Yes, I am.
And then there's some Liverpool banter happening in the chat right now, but yeah, I'll ignore that for now. So JB, what's your? I mean, since we were talking about Memphis, what's your thoughts on Memphis joining Barcelona?
He's a great player, man. I mean, he's versatile. You know, he can play center forward. He can play on the wing. So it's good to have players like a multi-tool, as we like to call it.
Yeah.
He can do all sorts of things. So it'll be exciting to see him come to Barcelona, especially on a free transfer. I'm excited to see him, man. He's a great player.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of risk to his transfer, to be honest with you. If he doesn't go so well, then Barcelona can always sell him for a low transfer fee, like 20 million or something, to another club, because they got him for free. So there's not that much risk to it. So yeah, I just hope he does well. Since he's a fellow Dutchman, I always wish the Dutch players the best when they make their transfers. So yeah, let's see how it goes. All right, let's talk a little bit about Barcelona then. So, do you see Barcelona make any more signings? Like, what would be your top 3 in-need signings for you guys? Stan, what would be the kind of signings that you want Barcelona still to make?
Well, if they really want to compete, especially at Champions League level, they should really get some new signings. I'm not really sure on the names, but especially a centre back. Maybe an extra midfielder, because Pedri, like, how many games has he played this season? 63?
Yeah, mental.
18-year-old? Yeah, that's a lot. Maybe he should get some rest as well. So, centre back, maybe a left back as well. Jordi Alba he's great attacking, not really defensively, but Gaia from Valencia, great left back. Maybe they should get him. So I would say centre back, left back, and centre midfield could be 3 positions that Barcelona need to get some signings on.
Yeah, I would agree, man. So what would be your kind of signings that you still want to see, Jordan, at Barcelona?
So I'm in agreement with Stan. I would say like the top 2 priority positions that we should be looking for right now would be a center back, and then someone to compete with Alba on the left flank. I've seen Gaia and Laporta being linked, but I'm not sure about a third name. Obviously we'll have to sell some players, to create some necessary funds, but I would definitely like to see a new center back. That would be the most ideal transfer, I would say.
Yeah. Just a shameless plug here for me. On my career mode, I managed to get De Ligt and Laporta, and they are my centre-back duo now. That would be pretty cool. Pretty cool centre-back duo for Barcelona in real life, in my opinion, as well. But yeah.
Marcel to be a Barcelona manager soon.
Yeah, man. Sign me up. Contract ready. Here we go. No. But yeah, it's just I think, like you guys say, it's a centre back is definitely needed, like a world class one. There's obviously some really good, decent centre backs, and who knows, maybe Araujo can become world class, but obviously they're all still young, so I don't know if they can, show that kind of world class leadership at the back. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting rest of the summer. I think there's still some stuff to happen in the how you call it, in the transfer window.
Yeah, especially after Euros and Copa America, the clubs should really get into some transfer.
Yeah, true. I think a lot will still happen. How you call it, after the Euros? A lot of it will how you call it. Happen after that. A lot of players are focusing. They're telling their agent to focus on the tournament. So yeah, I don't think a lot of business is going to happen until the finals have been played. So yeah, let's see how it goes. All right, guys. Well, which players do you think still are going to get sold at Barcelona? Would that be one of the stars included in that? So Jordan, who do you think is going to be on their way out of Barcelona?
So I've been seeing a lot about Umtiti. I know that he's probably on his way out. But if I'd have to say, like, one of the stars, I would go with, one or two of either Griezmann, Coutinho, or Dembele. I think one or two of them out of the three will be gone come this summer.
Yeah. Barcelona definitely has to lose some of those guys' salaries and stuff like that. So, Stan, what are your thoughts on some of the sales that Barcelona potentially could be doing this summer?
Yeah, I agree with Jordan. Coutinho definitely needs to go. I mean, I don't see a future at Barcelona here. He has been injured for quite a while. He's like a Dembele, but might be worse at this point.
Yeah.
Like Dembele, 4 months out. I mean, at Dortmund he was a great player, but at Barcelona he hasn't really been really convincing so far, according to me. So that should be to play Sergio Roberto as well.
Oh yeah,
his salary is insane for quality of the player. So Sergio Roberto, Coutinho, and Dembele should be three players that should leave Barcelona this summer.
Yeah, I would agree, man. But there's still a lot of support in the Barcelona fan base for Dembele, So I don't know. But I would agree, and I think that Depay can bring more than Dembele to Barcelona. But I might be risking a little bit with that statement. So yeah, let's move on. What do we think about Trincao then? Do you think he should go on loan, or should he still fight for his spot for another season? What do you think about Trincao, Jordan?
Honestly, I think he's a talented young player. However, I don't think he's quite ready, to get a decent amount of minutes here at Barcelona. So my idea would probably just be to like try to loan him out for maybe a year or so, just to like let him get some more consistent playing time.
Yeah.
So that way he can build his confidence back up, because you can tell, like, whenever he was playing at Barcelona, I mean, he's a phenomenal talent. He can dribble past people. It's just his finishing, man. You could tell he wasn't as confident as he was at his prior club. So I would like to see him get loaned out, so that way we can get the most out of him, and that way he can come back and compete for a spot.
Yeah, I would agree with that. What's your thoughts on the Trincao situation, Stan?
Yeah, I agree with Jordan. I think he should get loaned out like to a mid-table Spanish team, or maybe something lower than that. I mean, at this age, especially, he's, like Jordan said, a very talented player, and at this age you should get as much game time as you can. So a loan will be the ideal situation for both parties, I think.
Yeah, but then with these considerations, what do we think about the Riqui Puig situation then? I mean, I discuss it almost every stream, but and people have different views on it. So what are your views on the Riqui Puig situation, Stan?
Well, Koeman has been quite arrogant on that. I mean, he isn't quite a fan of Riqui Puig.
Yeah.
We could all see that. I mean, like I said, on Trincao as well, he's also a really talented player, but if he isn't going to get much game time just like last season, maybe you should get a loan out too, because wasting a player with that talent on the bench isn't really an ideal situation for him mostly. So I would, if they should probably get like a good discussion with each other on what the plans are for next season, and if it comes out that he like isn't getting much more game time than he did last season, then I think he should get a loan out too.
Yeah, true. I mean, with Pedri playing a really good tournament with Spain, it's going to be probably even harder for Riqui Puig to get minutes next season. So, what is your thoughts on that, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Stan. I think Ricky is a great player. He's shown flashes of brilliance whenever he does get on the pitch and he gets some minutes. But he needs more consistent game time, I would say. Ideally, I would have liked to seen him rotate with Pedri a little bit more last year.
Yeah.
How many games Pedri played. But I mean, I definitely see him being able to compete for a spot at Barcelona in the future. He just he needs game time, man. He needs that confidence, and then he also needs the backing of Koeman. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, there's no personal agenda there, but I mean, he's a phenomenal player, and he deserves some game time.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, my opinion on that is it's quite sad to see that. When you can clearly tell he's such a talented player, that he's not getting enough chances to prove that. And then when he does get on the pitch, he seems like over eager to prove himself, and that is can then also be working against him, and that is quite sad to see. So I do hope that in the future he'll be a regular Barcelona player, because I would love to see him play more for Barcelona. Right, well, let's talk a little bit about the expectations for next season then, guys. What do we think Barcelona's targets can be for the La Liga and for the Champions League, and maybe even Copa del Rey? What do we think is the chances for Barcelona in these competitions? Stan, kick things off, my man.
Well, ideal situation, I don't think Barcelona is going to win Champions League, if we're being honest. It also depends on what signings they're going to get this summer, but I would say at this time, quarterfinals at max. But if you look at La Liga, especially with Real Madrid, Sergio Ramos is announced that he's leaving Real Madrid. Varane is on the way out, so quite a lot of big names leaving Real Madrid, so that could be quite a big situation for Barcelona to compete for La Liga this season. So La Liga is doable, especially Copa del Rey as well. So the double is doable, but I don't think Barcelona is going to win the Champions League next season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be tough. What's your thoughts on that, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with Stan. I would say that the Champions League is more attainable in the following season. Considering hopefully we'll get more funds. I know Laporta is doing everything he can, to balance out the book. So, but yeah, I mean, I definitely think we're strong competitors for the domestic double. If Koeman, if he can get his selections right for La Liga, I do see us being a very strong candidate as favorites for the championship. But I mean, the Copa del Rey, typically we always do pretty well in that tournament. So I would definitely say that domestic double is attainable at this point. But the UEFA Champions League, it's something I would set more realistic expectations for the following season.
Yeah, maybe like a quarterfinal this season will be a very good result, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So yeah, well, I just noticed, Jordan, how you say Koeman is so American, man. You say Koeman. But yeah, sorry, that's just me being Dutch. But yeah.
Okay.
But all right, well, thanks, guys. Let me see if I didn't have any further questions that I prepared beforehand. So let me see if there's any points in the chat. All right, guys, in the chat, if you want to put any questions down, now is your time to do so. We've got some minutes left before. Is it the Denmark against Czech game kicks off in like 15 minutes? So yeah, I was gonna
18 minutes.
18 minutes, yeah. So so yeah, I think I'm rooting for Denmark in that game. What's your predictions for that game? So, okay, let's do some predictions then, guys. What's your predictions, Stan, for that game?
2-0 Denmark.
2-0 Denmark, and for you, Jordan?
I would say 2-1 Denmark.
2-1. Wow.
Yeah.
There's a good question in here. Colado, what are your thoughts on that, Jordan? Do you think he could get first team football?
It's hard to say. He is a great player. He's been performing pretty well for the Barca B team. I would like to see him, get some minutes, maybe like, let's say in like the Copa del Rey this year. Otherwise, I would like to continue to see him develop, and then get chances, further down the line. But he is a fantastic player, and he's definitely got Barca DNA. So yeah, I rate him very highly.
Yeah, I agree. And what's your thoughts on Caliado, Stan? And then let's talk about Spain after that as well. So Stan, go for it.
I agree with Jordan. I think it's really depends. I think he'll get some game time, maybe off the bench, and like Jordan said, at the Copa del Rey. And if he does really perform, he might actually get more game time. I think it might be a Trincao situation, like where he gets some game time off the bench, like after 70 minutes or some Copa del Rey minutes. But if he actually does perform, he might actually get some game time and makes a big name of himself at the first team.
Yeah, and what are your thoughts on Spain this tournament? Have they performed, or were you disappointed by them? I do like seeing Lucho being so happy with everything. That's really joyous to watch.
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah. I mean, I would. That guy deserves everything, in my opinion, what he's gone through in his life. So to see him so happy is really touching, in my opinion. So let's see. But they're gonna play Italy now in the semi-finals. So yeah, that's gonna be a big game to watch. Should be a good game to watch. All right. So there's in the chat. Messi's contract, but we discussed that already. Barca lost La Liga because of Lenglet tax. I don't know. Could be true.
Might be true now.
But it is a thing, in my opinion. Would Villarreal be a good team for Riqui Puig for his loan? What do you guys think on that, Jordan?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're a great team. You know, we've had experience, you know, doing business with them. I think it would be a great fit. He would definitely get more playing time there than he would here. So yeah, I mean, I think a loan wouldn't be a bad thing for him, in all honesty.
Yeah. Although I think Riqui Puig FC will probably be upset with that. So let's see how that goes this summer. Do you think he'll fit in at Villarreal, Stan?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Villarreal, quite a big team. They literally won the Europa League. They won against Manchester United.
Yeah,
quite a big deal, and they're really attacking-minded team. So that could perfectly suit Riqui Puig, in my opinion.
True. And obviously with Emery, I mean, obviously there's a lot of memes about that guy, but you can't deny that he's a good coach in the end of the day.
Yeah, he's performed really well.
Yeah, he won the Europa League 4 times, I think, as a coach now, which is crazy. So
yeah.
So yeah, you can't deny it. Maybe it was just not a fit at Arsenal, you know. But then Arsenal, they're a mid-table team nowadays, so you know. Hard to see how Arsenal can go back to the top. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. So let's do some final moments of the stream. I'm going to give you the floor. You know, you get a chance to say what's on your mind. Look in the camera, although obviously you not have your camera on, but this is your moment. So any final words that you want to say, Stan?
It was a nice, really great experience. Hopefully we can get back to your stream one day again. While you're here, follow my Instagram, my Twitter account.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. No, it was a great time. Thanks for having me.
Oh, pleasure, man. You can plug. It's fine, man. Jordan, go for it. What's your final words on the stream?
Yeah, man. It was nice to do the stream with you guys, especially Stan. He's been, you know, one of my buddies since day one on this app. So I enjoyed it, and you know, I hope that one day we can rejoin on the stream again. But yeah, just like Stan, you know what I'm saying, go ahead, drop a follow, and you know what I'm saying, we'll continue to provide the great content that you guys are so eager for.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks very much for being on the stream. I'm going to close down the stream. So thank you so much, and see you in the Twitter group chats. And yeah, enjoy the game in a minute, guys. Ciao, ciao.
Take care, brother.
Take care.
All right. Well, let's close the stream. Well, thanks guys for being on the stream today. So everyone that was in the chat, really appreciate always the support and watching the streams. It really means a lot to me. So yeah, let's hope we get another night of exciting football in the Euros. I'm gonna try my best to watch Messi play later on, but it's at 2 a.m. for me, which is gonna be super tough to stay awake for that. But yeah, everyone, I'm gonna put some music on in the background, and we'll get it all wrapped up, guys. See you on the next stream. Ciao.